Did you tell the police that you got some information from Demikion about where he was the night of the shooting?
I don't know.
Did you tell the police that Nard was in the car and that Demikion, Yak, Shannon, and Duop were all in the car at some point on the night of Donovan Thomas's murder?
I don't know.
Did you tell the police that they did not get the guns from Bentley? They did not get the guns from Bentley.
I don't know.
Did you tell the police that Yak, Shannon, Duop, and Nard did not take Demikion along for the murder?
I remember telling them Shannon had nothing to do with the murder.
Did you tell the police that Shannon told you he committed the murder?
I also told them that he ain't had nothing to do with it. I was lying on them. So you gonna ever say that part?
I'm going to ask you, did you say that you didn't believe Shannon? You changed your mind and now you didn't believe Shannon?
Yes, but the lawyer told me to go along with what you had already ever told.
Had you previously said that you didn't believe Shannon when he told you he caught Nut down bad?
I had already, think I had already told Shannon, the lawyer or something like that I was lying on or something.
Now, do you remember being at a concert in March of 2015 where Thug spoke about
I'm going to cut off for a second. I'll be right back on.
Called him instead a horrible name that starts with a B and rhymes with Rich on stage in March of 2015.
Was I there?
Were you there and did you hear him do that in March of 2015? Did you tell the police that you remembered the incident in March of 2015 because you were there and you heard Defendant Williams call Mr. Lamar or Mr. Rich Homie Quan that disparaging name that starts with the P? Did you give them a specific date in March or did you say March of 2015?
I just know that I cut it up because I had, I think, until I had left some song.
Were Rich Homie Quan and Defendant Jeffrey Williams working together anymore by March of 2015? Did you tell the police that by March of 2015, Defendant Jeffrey Williams and Rich Homie Quan were not working together anymore? Do you know whether Rich Homie Quan bought some 9 Deuce boys to Thug's house? Do you know whether he did this because Rich Homie Quan had a partner in the same building? Did you know or have personal knowledge that Thug believed 9 Deuce gang members had previously shot up his car? Did you believe that Quan granting the 9 Deuce members access to Sky House condos was a sign of disrespect? Do you remember talking to the police about all of that and telling them
No.
that? Do you remember telling the police that the 9 Deuce gang members, as far as you believe, shot up Thug's car because they had shot up the gambling house?
I don't know.
You told them that they had shot up Thug's car because you knew they had shot up the gambling house. Did you know not to hang around with Rich Homie Quan?
I don't know.
Yeah. Did you tell the police that after Shannon told you that he had caught Nut down bad, he later said he didn't do it?
Did I tell them that?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you identify a picture of Shannon Stillwell during your interview with the police? Did you know at the time that Thug had rented a Corvette during the time of the murder, or shortly before, or shortly after?
I know he had a bet. I don't know what was going on there.
Did you tell the police about a red Corvette that defendant Williams had at the end of 2014?
I told her, but they told her I know he had a bet.
Okay, is that on one that you rent?
I don't know what's going on with it. So he had.
Did you change some things from what you had told the police in your August 5th, 2015 interview? Did you change some of the things you told police?
I think.
Was one of the things that you changed telling police that Yak was at the apartment the entire time that you were there, and by at the apartment I mean the Sky House condo, and that Thug did not have a car?
I don't remember.
Do you recall whether you had to call in or call up to an owner of Sky House in order to get entry into Sky House?
I think you did.
You did. Okay. Do you remember how many phones Thug had on the night of Donovan Thomas's murder?
I don't know.
Guess what? I'm going to interrupt you right now for us to take a restroom break. Lord. Dr. Green, she looks.
No.
Is your stuffing on? Yes. And if you need to use the restroom, now would be the time for you to do that. That was an interesting interaction. Anything for the record before we all take our restroom break?
Prior convictions that we discussed at your bench.
Yeah, neither of those has actually been admitted or tendered, I don't think.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? I believe so. They are under the next SC 165 123 is marked 508 and and the 15 SC 138-994 is marked by a 9. Also counted.
Okay. Anything else? All right. All right, guys, so they're on their break. 10 or 15. You guys have been checking in and asking questions about the young adult trial. I'm peeping in on that here and there, just to see how that trial is coming along. But from what I heard yesterday, they are racing through it. Like they're already on like their fourth or fifth witness, and it just started. So all that's going down. It looks like they're on a short break right now. I'm going to pop into their courtroom so we can see what's going on. But it looks like they are on lunch until 2:45 p.m. on that case. So it looks like there's two major trials happening at the same damn time, which is going to happen, right? But it will be crazy if that case is done before people even have an opportunity to cross-examine Little D. Like that could be done this week. That's actually how fast trials should go. I'm just minimizing the courtroom here. As soon as they come back and we get some movement, we'll go from there. But yeah, there's a few things that have come out of Little D's testimony so far. We're finding some contradictions with things that he's saying. Of course, she wants his stuff on the record. I hope that she's almost done. She says that she'll be done with him today, and then we can start to see cross-examination. It would be fantastic if we could, because that would be really good. But let's see. Where do we leave off in our super chats? I think we were somewhere around here. Shout out to TLGC with the 10 says chat family streaming is not easy. There's always issues that you have to fix on the fly. AV, you're great at resolving issues. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you so much, TLGC. Yeah, I had a little audio issue at the start of the stream, but got it fixed pretty quickly. And then we're going to clip that out for all the people that are watching later on after the stream is over. Shout out to Legal Vices again, who says, so many of these witnesses suffer from the terrible disease of examnesia. Can't remember nothing, don't know nothing. That's right. Because they're on the stand for hours at a time. Y'all remember yesterday, I actually timed Miss Love when she was scrambling, scraping, trying to respond to an objection. It legit took her 6 minutes. In all honesty, I actually think it took her more towards 10. Because I started realizing it when she started to sound rambly. That's when I hit the timer button. So we'll see if she gets any of that today. Because I'm just curious. I want to start timing it. I let it all wrap it up, Lux. I want to start timing how long these responses take when she is going on and on and on. Shout out to Drea's Journey, who became a member. Welcome, Dre. Gonna love it over here. Shout out to T's Team. Thank you again for gifting those 20 memberships. That was very, very sweet of you. Shout out to Kelly Applegate with the 10. Says, it's Shamrock Suit Day. Talk about Kelly Green. Yeah, Kelly, that is green. It's the greenest of the greens. It's the greenest of all time. You guys have been making so many comments on the green. And some of them were taking me out. I mean, y'all are hilarious. But thank you so much, Kelly Applegate. I hope you are doing well. Shout out to Maurice again with the super sticker. We got that one. Shout out to Pretty Black Girl 79 with the super sticker. Really appreciate you, sis. Always good to see you in the chat hood. Shout out to D with the 5. D says it looks bad for prosecutors to be perceived as villainously as those they prosecute should be. That's actually a good point. It's given like green envy vibes. It's given like, villain vibes. You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it. But thank you so much, D. Good to see you in the chatter hood. Shout out to Real Talk with Jules with the 5. She sends a super sticker. Thank you, Jules. Very, very sweet of you, my dear. TLGC is back with another 10. Says, after you talk to the police and confronted on the stand in front of your peeps, it gets really uncomfortable. All these dudes start backsliding and peep-popping. Told the police everything. Yeah, you could see it. Like, and that's the thing. They all have these motives. But the difference is with Little D, they actually have like photos, like videos of Little D with these guns. What I've been paying attention to when I was writing down, guys, is a lot of those pieces of evidence that she showed us, they were all pictures from his social media accounts from November of 2014. Nutt's murder took place in January of 2015. So you really have to start looking at the state's theory, right? They even brought up his prior convictions or his prior, the way that he pleaded, right? He pled guilty to gang activity. So she's trying to tie that gang activity together to some of these other crimes. But the other thing that she's trying to do, and I just picked up on this, is she's trying to show the buildup of the tension, right? All these pictures of Little D, YSL Little D, with guns pointed at the camera and social media. She's trying to show like all this stuff escalated, that they have been involved in gang activities, and Little D being one of those central figures. I mean, if the kid is sick all the time, I mean, can he be out there doing all these things? But this is all back then, you know. Miss Love, just now, the jury was leaving the courtroom. Miss Love was like, "Oh, you have to stand up." He said, "No, I'm not feeling well." He did not take her up on that offer. But thank you so much, TLGC. Shout out to Trucker T, Brooklyn with the 10 says, "I caught the rerun yesterday evening while I was picking up a hazmat load in Ohio." It's Jersey City. Wow. He said, "Shout out to Doug yesterday for calling out Love's ass. Keep going, Miss 7th Power." Thank you so much. Trucker T, Brooklyn on a long haul yesterday. He did Ohio all the way to Jersey City. That is a long one. Thank you so much, Trucker T. Appreciate you. Stay safe on the roads out there. Trucker T, look at him. Gifting 5 AV memberships. Thank you so much, Trucker T. Really appreciate you growing the community. If y'all receive more, please say thank you to him. Shout out to March with the 2 says that outfit, the outfit though, YSL Love, shout at Forever 52. I've never heard that, but it actually makes sense. Where are you buying these things? Are they suits that you've had throughout the lifetime of your career? So let's say you've been practicing for 20 years. At some point, you're going to need a refresh. Matter of fact, we're going to see my suit guy tomorrow. He just hit me up and he's like, "Hey, your red one's ready. I can't wait. And then I'll probably put a order in for like an all white suit as well. That'll be for when we hit 100,000. But yeah, so suit shop, I don't need a suit shop. I get mine custom. And like they have like the AV logo inside of it. Just look at me doing my thing. I need to give Love the name of my dude. The names must be named. Thank you so much, Mush. Appreciate you. Shout out to Orlando. This took me out. He said, "Y'all remember Gumby?" Yeah, Gumby from Saturday Night Live. It's giving Gumby vibes. Shout out to Miss Crotique Jetty with the 5. She says the lights are looking a little niggly. So we got them up. The lights are looking great now. You guys did a fantastic job getting that up. Sometimes you forget, so I like to give you guys some praise when that happens. Just remind you. So thank you so much, Miss Crotique Jetty. Shout out to the Little Gaming Channel with the 5. Says there would be no case if all of the so-called gangster groupies keep their big mouth shut. All the ones that said, "I ain't scared of no one," talked. And here's the thing. There's a difference between taking a plea deal and then just doing the time. Notice that he's mentioned that a few times while he's been on the stand, is that he did his time. He didn't take any plea deals, but right now you got immunity. So make it make sense. Thank you so much, TLDC. Shout out to Miss L Boogie with the 5 says AV is slime, aka shamrock green, appropriate colors for it. I think keeping it neutral is good. Camille Vasquez represented Johnny Depp in the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp debacle. She had a really good example of how you should dress in court. Navies, blacks, like black suits, grays, neutrals, like nothing that's jarring. Even if you want to go like ivory, I'm okay with that. But what we've been seeing all week, was it this week or last week? Simone had on a goddamn leather dress with red heels, like a leather dress. Like imagine if that's your attorney, a leather dress. But here's the thing, some people don't have the budget for that, and maybe that's what it is. But at the same time, there's some days where Love looks fine. Like some of the outfits are like not unbearable. Like these past few days, she has been okay. Like black on black, navy, that sort of thing. when you show up to court in green, and this is the thing, I'm gonna call y'all. Do you think she's trolling us? Like, do you think she is? Do you think that she knows that we make fun of her outfits and, you know, we saw how little Lee has been giving her attitude and I don't know what slime is. It almost feels like there's a little bit of a, you know, a little jab there. I'll call y'all in a second, see what you think. Thank you so much, Miss Alphaville. Shout out to Green Eyes with the 10 says just gotten here and love dressed like a Christian booger. Okay. Please don't tell me it's a turtleneck under her jacket. Yes, there's a turtleneck under her jacket. And purple nails. She got to keep her throat warm from choking on the skates. I mean, yeah. But she's just going to be scrambling and scraping. Scraping and scrambling. That's what happens. Thank you so much, Green Eyes. Shout out to Chi-Town, been a member for a month. Chi-Town says, thanks, Amy, for sharing your knowledge. Thank you. Thank you. You know, sometimes I get tired, you know, so I don't have my coffee. I didn't have coffee today. I didn't tea. I'm crashing a little bit over here. But that's okay. We try one. We do this for the long haul. Cup of tea. Look at Chi-Town gifting 5 memberships. Thank you, Chi-Town, for expanding our community. Really, really appreciate that. Green Eyes back again with another 2 says, love to look like a cup of diddler juice. Ooh, ooh. Like that's she, you know, that throw up emoji. That's what she reminds me of today. You know, slime green. Thank you so much, Green Eyes. Green Eyes back again. Another 5 says love dressed like an expired Jolly Rancher with a turtleneck wrapper. I'm so done. Expired Jolly Rancher. You are too funny. Thank you, Green Eyes. Shout out to Danielle, who became a member. I think Danielle's been a member for a while. Sometimes I've written shout out to I'm Ronald Daniel with the 5 says she walks in the door with that cold mint green dress suit like she's fresh out of Vogue. She's throwing accusations, trying to think me wrong. Craziness. Thank you so much, Ronald Daniel. Kelly Applegate wanted to match love too. This color right here of this super chasey. This is the color of her suit. This is what she's wearing to work today. Thank you so much, Kelly Applegate. Ooh, looks like they're back. While they're walking in, shout out to Feisman Bill. Since that's a Skarky lab that Love does that the judge is working against her, like that suit. It is blending in with her sitting down, the super chat color. Just blends in. Shout out to Blue Mixin. Thanks again, Vice Bill. All right, Harry Simon, thank you. Looking to the Riddler, can't find Riddler. Shout out to K-Wag, Super 5 says, I have a stupid meeting at 1 plus Hurricane Helen is creeping my way. Hold my hoops. I will be back. We hope you stay safe. Helen or Helene? I don't watch the news anymore. That's a big part of the tent since one looks like a nuclear pickle juice. Or looks like nuclear pickle juice. Never heard that. Nuclear pickle juice. You know, do y'all remember Evil Kermit? Remember there was a time on social media where there would be all of these like Kermit jokes and he always had his teeth. Oh! That's like me looking at this suit, buddy. Thank you so much, people. Crafting visions. With the 5 says love looking like a caterpillar. Girl, your super chat's blending in. And with this suit. Thank you. Green Eyes back again says from the front, Love looked like the Slimer from Ghostbusters. She looks like an organic waste management of recycled bin. Oh, that's good. Shout out to Reggie with the fives. It just became a number. Love you, baby. Are you covering Sandra Massey? A lot of people are asking me. I might pull numbers if y'all want to see.
Thank you, Tim. Mr. Zachary, we're almost done. Yay! To catch him. Sorry, I'm supposed to dance bad. Just shoot at them or something. Did you tell the police in your proffer in 2017 that catching him down bad means that they shot at him or something? Did you change the account? Did you change your story in 2017 when you told detectives during the proffer that Shannon did not tell you who he was in the car with at the time of the murder?
Also explain, right?
Yes, same.
Yes, yes, I told him that I also told him that Shannon never told me if he did nothing.
During the 2017 proffer, did you also talk about spinning out in the rental car that Doug had while with Hope? While you were with Hope?
That's why I told you we break the car so I could.
Proffer that it was an Infiniti with 4 doors and it was gray or something. Did you tell them it was new?
Yes,
Did you tell them that Thug was the only one, he was only in possession of one rental car and it was the Infiniti during that time?
I told him Rudy told me that was Thug. I never told him I saw Thug in the car. And I made that clear to them plenty of times.
Okay. Do you want to say something else? Did you tell the police that after Donovan Thomas's murder, that Rich Homie Quan and Thug were no longer on good terms in that 2017 proffer? In the 2017 proffer, did you tell the police that the gang war was over?
I don't know.
Did you tell the police your belief that Thug and Quan were beefing? Did they ask you rather, were Thug and Quan beefing at the time Nut was killed?
I don't know what I told him.
Did you tell them no after Nut was killed, Thug and Quan were beefing? Do you know whether Rich Homie Quan was a part of Nut's gang?
I don't know.
Did you tell the police that YSL believed that Rich Homie Quan was part of Nut's gang?
I don't know.
All right. And after this last question, I have one more video to show you. Did you know of an incident where Rudy confronted Kel at the skating rink on Cascade Road?
I think I heard. I don't know if I remember. I think I heard something. I don't know.
Did you tell the police about the incident? Whether you heard about it or was anything else?
I don't know.
Okay. And you don't remember whether you told them in 2017 or 2015?
No, I said I don't.
I want to show you with the course permission of I published State's Exhibit 50. Hold on one second. 60 WA from 302 to 311. It's a video, and then 54 W from 142 until the end. It's also.
There's your good authority admitted.
Yeah, sure. Mr. Zachary, if you would, we're going to play 60 WA first. Just a few seconds. And I'd like you to tell the jury if you see yourself in the portion of the video that we're going to show between 302 and 311. This is the last one. After this. He looks like he's like 12 now.
I'm talking a little bit. You know what I'm saying, man? We got cameras and shit out here, man. So anybody think they come through, think they catching them, man. We ain't never slipping, man. We got niggas on walking top. You know what I'm saying? We got the camera lady, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody questions the trail, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're my blood, bro. You know what I'm saying? These up.
Did you see yourself in that segment of the video show?
Yes.
All right. Did you have something in your hand?
Yeah.
A walkie-talkie?
Yeah.
All right. Is that you that we see on the screen at 31102?
Yes.
Thank you. Now we're going to put up 54W. Starting at 142.
Check it out. I need yourself for eating king white swag, right?
That video looks so old.
As we're getting that ready, the last question I have before asking if you see yourself in this next video is, did you tell the police that the murder of Donovan Thomas was not planned based on what you all talked about?
I know you.
Sir?
I know you all talked about. I don't know.
And by you all, I'll be clearer. Understanding what you said earlier, did you tell the police that based on what Shannon and Yak told you and Nana, that the murder of Donovan Thomas wasn't planned, but they just made a decision once they saw him? Did you tell the police that in the 2015 interview?
I don't remember if I did or not. Because Shannon told me. Oh, yeah. Checking out. Every time, the little same with this.
He is a child.
Get on that one time, man. They said either one, you change other parts, see, he changed on phone. Yeah, I did. Do a rap. Yeah, that song, that song, 100 parts in the wrong.
Your kids were as well. Were you really young?
Yes.
Do you know about how old you were? Were you under 15?
Wait.
Okay. And what about in state 60WA? Were you really young there as well? The first one that you saw before this one?
Yes.
Were you really young there as well?
Yes.
Were you under 15?
I was 15.
15. Thank you, Mr. Zachary. Just 1 second.
She's trying to show that he's been gang banging since he was a kid. I mean, I don't know how it's relevant or how it helps promote that theory. Actually, the deeper question is, how does that connect to Rico?
And is it safe to say, I won't give you full age, but you're fully grown, you're over 30 now?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, next question. We're done. Cross. I knew it. I knew Max would be, all right, guys, Max is about to cook. Chef Boy on this. Let's go, Maxine.
Mr. Zachary.
My name is Matt Shaw. I represent Shane Still. How are you doing? Okay.
Maybe tell us if you want to hear. Sense of time.
Try that again. Mr. Zachary, my name is Max Shaw. I represent Shannon Stillwell. How are you doing today? I'm okay. Okay, it's nice to meet you. We've never spoken before in our lives, have we? No. Okay. All right, Mr. Zachary, let's talk about yesterday. Okay. You weren't feeling well yesterday? Still not. Okay. You're not in the mood to testify, are you? Never was. Okay. Now, do you recall yesterday repeatedly saying, I don't know, and I don't recall? Yes. Okay, let's be real. When you said, I don't know, and I don't recall to some of those questions, that wasn't the truth, was it? No. Okay. That wasn't the truth, was it? No. Okay. Mr. Zachary, when the state asked you if you know what a gang is, and you said you don't know, that was not the truth. You do, in fact, know what a gang is, correct? I know about it. What I heard is. Okay. When the state asked you if you know about TIG Studios, and you said you don't remember, that wasn't true, was it? You do know TIG Studios, correct? No, I don't know that for real. You don't know where TIG Studios are? No, I don't know that for real. When the state asked you if you remember the night that Kenneth Copeland got jumped at Club Crucial, and you said you don't recall, that was not true, was it? You do recall that night, don't you? Yes. Okay. You know what a trap house is. And you said you don't know what a trap house is or a trap is. That was a lie, correct? Yes. You know what a trap is? Yes. Okay. When the state asked you about being at, and I'm not saying at a particular time, being at Jeffrey Williams' condo at all that night going into the morning, whatever it was, and you said you don't even remember being there, that wasn't true, was it? Can I answer anytime?
Can I always answer?
Yes. I don't remember being on that night, but I remember like early that morning, like 5, 6, something like that. Okay, of course, because you went to Miami from Jeffrey Williams' studio, right? That next morning. 7 in the morning, something like that. Yeah. Right. So you had to have been there at some point, correct? I told y'all in the morning. I had told her that I had something in the morning. Okay. All right. And when you were asked about some of the statements you made in 2015, you started saying, I don't recall. I'm not saying you remember everything, but you do remember some things from those statements, correct? Yes, I remember some. Okay. The reality is, you don't want to talk about the things you said in 2015. Isn't that true? Yes. Okay. In 2015, you lied on other people to get yourself out of trouble, didn't you? I told them. Okay, but those lies are the very things that you don't really want to talk about here today. Isn't that true? Yeah. Okay. You understand that this trial is important for these gentlemen back here.
Objection, Your Honor.
Okay. We're not going to have the I don't recall routine today, are we? I can answer the question if I don't know. I'm going to let you know I remember. I appreciate that. Okay. Let's start with this.
You may.
Mr. Senator, it's a document TS4. Do you recognize who's in that picture? Yes. And do you recognize that document? I mean, you recognize it. I saw it before. But have you seen the picture before? No, I don't remember. Did you take that picture? I probably did, but I said I don't remember. Okay, did you tell the police back in 2015 you took that picture? Yes. Okay. And the person in that picture, is that a fair and accurate representation of that person? Yes. Okay, Your Honor, I would move to admit DS-44 in evidence.
Your Honor, if I could just see the caption and not my address. No objection. All right, it's
This is published DS-44 for the jury. Okay. Who is in that picture? Shannon. Is that Shannon Stillwell? Yes. Okay. And do you recall when that picture was taken? I don't remember when it was taken, like, but I think I remember the picture. I don't know what exact day it was taken. When did you see it? I think I remember what year it was taken. What year? Late 14 or 15. Late 14, early 15 is or late 15. Late 15, probably. Could it have been taken in January of 2015? Say, I understand. Okay. Do you see the caption on the photo?
You might have to show it.
No, I see. You see the difference? I already saw the caption. Okay.
Right here.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm honestly asking you a question. Okay. When you were saying that you couldn't read, is that true, or was that saying something you were saying out of frustration? Yes. No, I had trouble reading and writing for it. Okay. Can you read that caption? And if you can't, it's okay. If I read it, would you be able to tell me if I'm reading it accurately? Okay. Okay.
It's same thing.
No, I can't. Okay, I can't read. All right. Does it, if I read it, would you be able to tell me if I'm being accurate?
I mean, how would I know?
Okay, all right, fair enough, fair enough. What hairstyle, if you could zoom out again, Mr. Kokomo, what hairstyle does Mr. Stillwell have in that picture? Is it a short hairstyle?
Like mine,
Okay. And let me ask you this. When you were saying yesterday when you were frustrated that you couldn't see back here, was that true? Do you have trouble seeing distances?
I told. Yes, and if they would have did all this research before they asked me to see, they would have saw all these parts I had.
Okay. I understand. I guess my question is, can you see Shannon right now? Okay. Are you aware that today Shannon Stillwell has dreadlocks?
I was saying Shannon and
Hang on. He said that here, right? Is that right? So,
He did.
hang on. Just trying to see if like.
So you don't know what Shannon's hairstyle is today?
I haven't saw Shannon in like 10 years.
Okay.
Like last year, 2015, I've been locked up.
Okay. So let me just ask you this. In 2015, throughout 2015, all the time you've known Shannon, has Shannon always had short hair?
Yes,
Okay. And all those pictures that the state showed you earlier today with Shannon in them, all those pictures showed Shannon with short hair, correct?
the pictures of they show me with him and yeah.
They all showed him with short hair.
Yes,
In 2015, Shannon had short hair.
yes,
And the truth is, he was also a bit skinnier than he is now, too, correct?
I can't. He was skinny then.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Now, let's talk about what was going on with you on August 5th, 2015, when you met with Investigator Gates. Okay. As I understand it, on July 28th, 2015, you were arrested on a warrant, correct? You have to answer out. Yes. Thank you. And you were arrested on a warrant for the April 28th, 2015 incident where houses were shot up.
Yes,
Okay. And the facts of that case, let's go through it. Demekion Garlington gets jumped at Club Crucial.
yes,
Okay. Summer Hood, who's your girlfriend at the time, and Alexis Bryant, who's your cousin, are also at Club Crucial.
yes,
And your cousin, Alexis Bryant, at that time was dating a man named Trevante Turner, also known as Threat.
yes,
Okay. There was a fight involving Demekion, and that fight led to threats against Summer and Alexis.
it led against who?
Summer, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Your girlfriend, SG, and Alexis.
He said it led against them.
It led to threats. They felt threatened.
Oh, yes,
Okay. And you were alerted to this.
I got told him that. Yes,
Right. Antonio Sledge shows up in his car at the house that you were at. You
yes,
didn't go to the club that night.
no,
Okay. And Demekion Garlington is in the car with Sledge.
yes.
Okay. Sledge is drunk.
I was in and out of it, and I don't know if I was on Xanax.
Okay, so you were high. Do you have an opinion from seeing Garlington if he was drunk and high?
I couldn't tell they moved because I was like, if you know Xanax, you'll be out in a minute, then back up.
The bottom line, Garlington was upset that he had been jumped at the club, correct?
I mean, yes.
Okay. You have handguns, correct? Or when I say handguns, I mean firearms. Just put it like that.
Yes.
Okay. You hopped in the car with Sledge and Garlington,
Yes.
and you went to Alexis Bryant's house where SG was, correct?
Yes, I think I told y'all that.
We're just reviewing, okay? And you went there because you wanted to protect her, because she was your girlfriend,
And her cousin was there too.
and your cousin was there too. All right. And Sledge, who's driving the car, correct?
Yes.
He's someone that you have known since you were little, since you were a baby.
Yes.
Okay. And you and Sledge have a special relationship because neither of you are from Cleveland Avenue. Correct? You weren't raised there.
I'm raised there. Yes.
You were raised in Cleveland?
Yes.
Well, you were born where?
Capitol Home.
Capitol Homes. And that's where you know Sledge from. So your early years were in Capitol Homes, correct?
205.
Okay. But that's how you know Sledge. Because he knows your father from Capitol Homes.
Yes.
Okay. You've known Sledge the longest?
Yes.
You're most loyal to Sledge?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd ask for clarification about when he says house, is that relative to everybody in the world or just a certain set of people? So Bailey's objection. Ask for clarification.
I'll move on. You're most loyal to yourself. Reality, right?
Yeah, of course.
So the three of you drive to Alexis Bryant's address on Landrum. Right?
Yeah.
And you see people shooting from a car, or at least you see the car, and you see shots being fired at the house where Alexis Bryant and your girlfriend SG are, correct?
Yes, I think I said that. Yeah.
We're just reviewing. And that upsets you.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
And you and Demekian was already upset.
I mean, you got something, so pretty sure, yeah.
And the two of you decided to get revenge on the people that were doing this to your girlfriend and your cousin, correct?
Say ex-girlfriend, but yes.
Ex-girlfriend, I'm sorry. Your girlfriend at the time.
Yes.
So you went to two houses, one on Adele, one on Drew Drive, correct?
I don't remember the streets.
Okay, that's fair. You went to two houses
Yes.
after Landrum.
Are you gonna say something else today?
So, I think somewhere, it was a house in the park or something.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that clarification. And you and Demekian fired at the house in the apartment.
So, yes.
And one of the guns that was used was a gun that belonged to Mr. Sledge, correct?
No, it belonged to me. I just told them it was shit. I got caught with.
Okay, so it belonged, you're saying,
Matter of fact, I didn't even tell them it was sled. They told me.
okay. All right, so you're saying it was your gun,
I mean, it
not
was,
Sledge's.
I was in my possession.
Okay, I hear you. Well, that's my next question. That gun, whether it was yours or Sledge's, you were arrested with it on May 7th, 2015, when you were driving around with Summer.
I thought it was May the 5th. I remember when I told her I woke up 2 days later in intake, so they probably put me in May the 7th.
Okay, so May 5th or 7th would you say the first week of May?
Yes.
Now, either 7 or 9 days after the shooting, you were arrested with that gun.
Yes.
Okay, Your Honor, which witness? Mr. Zachary, do you recognize what's in that picture?
Yes. Yes.
Is it a firearm?
Yes.
Is it a fair and accurate representation of the firearm that you know, that you know of?
Yes.
Okay, Your Honor, I would move to admit DS-48 into evidence.
Let's see it. Admit it.
Permission to publish. So, if you would put on DS-48.
Remember, guys, Willie B does not have an attorney to represent him. That was his decision.
Is that the gun that you were arrested with on May 7th, or May 5th or May 7th, 2015?
No.
It's not? Okay, is that a double barrel? Is that a double barrel shotgun or a double barrel gun with a banana clip?
That's one, but that's not the one I got caught with.
Okay, that's not the gun you got caught with. Describe the gun you got caught with.
Which was quite short. Ain't blank that. It was about that size though, but
It was about that size.
look probably a little bit short.
Did it have a clip like that?
Yes.
Okay. And was it fully automatic, semi-automatic?
Semi. I don't know the
Yes, you do. You know the difference.
Okay.
Yes. It's getting really hot in there. Chef Max is in the kitchen. It's cooking. Defense attorneys and Mislav are approaching the bench. Looks like there are some questions that are centered on this gun. Willie B was arrested with a gun, and that was in May. Remember, this involves Shannon because allegedly one of the guns that were tied to some of these crimes that Miss Love is mentioning, he is saying that one of those guns belongs to Shannon. So I believe this is why Max is going down this line of questioning. Here's why it's very dangerous, that he is up there unrepresented. There is a possibility, and Max did get him to admit to lying. There is a possibility of perjury. You guys know what that means, right? I'm gonna come over here to Twitter for a second. Because it is likely. I'm going to show you guys this right here. And this shout out to the Black Law student who just sent me something. I just want to show you guys this as we're on break. It says breaking news. YSL Bandaria Zachary continues testifying, placing YSL Shannon Stillwell at the scene of everything. And then you can see a picture there. So this is pretty damning for him, and he needs to be very careful. But this is why it's always important to make sure that you have an attorney present with you at all times, even if you're on a witness stand. I mentioned this to you guys before, but Woody did not ease up on that. He still had a court-appointed attorney, even after his attorney got suspended. It's so important because your rights are important. Now, if you're playing games on the stand, and, Max is slowly setting his trap for you, you got to really be careful. So let's see how this plays out.
Your Honor, just for the record, as Mr. Zachary has not identified DS-48 as the gun that was used on April 28th, I would move to remove this exhibit from evidence, and I would draw this. And that's DS-48. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, regardless of which gun it was, the gun that you were arrested with on May 7th or May 5th was used on April 20th.
Yes.
Okay. And you were aware that the shell casings for that gun would come back to that crime scene.
Objection, cause for speculation.
You were aware that that gun left shell casings on the scene.
Objection, that would call for speculation.
I mean, you
Objection,
the
comments.
gun was shooting the gun. Yes, you knew that. Yes. Okay, and you were aware that the shell casings would be on the scene.
Your Honor, I'd ask for clarification as to which he's talking about. There were two.
Okay, both scenes from April 28th.
See, I didn't know anything about shell case, so I got locked up with the gun, and they said that preliminary hearing went all on. I mean, shell by the shell case.
Okay, well, and thank you for bringing that up. That preliminary hearing where you learned about the link in the shell cases, that was prior to the August 5th, 2015 statement, correct?
Yes.
So you knew that information going into the day that you gave the statement.
Like I said, that yes.
I understand. Okay, well, let's be clear. You remember, I believe it was on Friday, where the state was asking you questions about this incident.
I was someone else Friday. Like, I really.
Okay, but do you remember when the state was asking about who you were closest to and brought up Shannon's name?
I think I remember. But I thought it was yesterday.
It may have been yesterday.
I don't know.
Days are running together, but let me be clear. You remember when the state started using the words they and those people? You remember that?
Yes.
And you remember when I objected?
Yes.
You remember when I asked the state to clarify who they were talking about?
Object as to the reference to what Mr. Sharp did and said and asked that if he has a question about that day or night. that
I'm getting
he asked that question. Trying to focus his attention. I had to get to.
Remember when I asked Ms. Love to clarify who they was and those people were?
Yes.
And remember she wouldn't?
Your Honor, I'm going to say that's not.
Okay, well, let's be clear.
Max is not letting that go.
Yes, those questions about they and those people. You were not talking about shit.
I thought you were talking about Arlington said.
Right. Your testimony here today under oath is Shannon was not there at all on April 28, 2015.
I told them that, but yeah.
All right, let me ask you one other thing. Trontavious Stevens is a shorter guy with dreadlocks, right?
I ain't so him. I've been locked up like.
Okay, back in 2015?
Yes.
Okay. And if someone, like say a DA, suggested that Trontavious Stevens.
Objection, Your Honor. That would call for speculation and it's an improper question. If someone said, like a DA.
Was Trontavious Stevens there?
Well,
April 28, 2015? Have you ever heard anyone even suggest that?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance to that question.
Let's talk about your charges from
Max with the shade.
April 28, 2015. Okay.
But you can probably need to approach more. It's okay.
talking and they're nurse and then they need a break, you know, they just sit there while we talk about this. Everybody seems good. Okay. Yeah, Max is sprinkling in some shade over there because he was really upset about that objection that he made and how she would not correct the term they. So it looks like they are at the bench right now. Max is asking him some more questions. It appears that when he was retained, he actually had a really good attorney. He really should have decided to keep him. His family raised money to hire an attorney, so it is kind of crazy that he decided to let go of his lawyer on Friday. I mean, it's an interesting decision to say the very least, especially if your family goes through all that work to make sure that you're retained. You know? Let me see. I think we were over here with green eyes. He says, just got him here. Nope, got that one. Practitioner, it might have been you right here. She says, he just admitted to YSL being a gang. You left that a little while ago, so I'm not sure if you did. Bison Bill, I remember this one. K-Wags, I remember this one. Talisha, this is where we left off. Shout out to Talisha. She hits me with a 2, says, Rico's still holding on. Come catch me. That's right. He's still looking for Rico. Still can't find it, and I don't think she did a great job. Shout out to Green Eyes with the 5, says, I just know love wearing granny panties. The irony of all of this, I'm roasting her green outfit, and my eyes almost turned that color in the sun. Look at him. Ladies, he knows what his eyes look like. Green Eyes is letting you know. He is letting you know what his eyes look like. Thank you so much, Green Eyes. Shout out to Kenzo with the 2. No comment, no question, pure love of the game. Thank you so much, Kenzo. Shout out to Giddy with the 2. Giddy says Miss Love thinks of herself as an avenging angel. I mean, I think she's starting to. She is starting to. Shout out to Green Eyes with the 5. Says Love looked like the roach in those Raid commercials in court yelling, Rico! I'm so done with you, Green Eyes. Thank you. Shout out to Don Allen with the 10. Says nobody said anything to her before she left the house this morning. Either everyone in her home is scared of her or they just don't care enough. I mean, yeah. Imagine a husband. Would y'all do this? Men in the chat. We married. And I was like, hey, I'm going to wear this green outfit to work. Put 1 in the chat if you would let me go to work like that. Put the 2 in the chat if you're like, nah, Ivy, I got your back. Who is this husband? What is your marriage? JD ATL says she lives alone. Let's get serious. Thank you. Thank you, all the 2s. Thank you. There's some women in there like, Phil, I'm jumping in. Sorry, y'all, let me do it. The cold world. It is the cold world. I'm seeing a majority of 2s. Somebody said, take that slime off. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much, Adon Allen. But that's interesting. But yeah, the husband just lets these outfits happen. Is that what we're doing? Thank you, Don. Shout out to Rockin' Around in LA with the 2. Who changed her icon. I believe this is a woman. Changed her icon to the Grinch, and the Grinch loved, she'll never wear that suit again. Yeah, that is an excellent picture and very, very relevant to the conversation today. Shout out to Scotty with the 2 pounds. Says, happy gooseberry. Seriously, gooseberries. That's an excellent color combination as well, or color comparison. They're at the bench right now. We're waiting for them to come back to their seats. The jury has not left the room. Little D did probably get in some air, but we're just waiting for them to come back, and it looks like we have some movement. All right, heading back to their seats.
This is it. So, on January 28th, 2015, you were arrested on warrants. We already talked about it.
So April 20, 2015.
On July 28, 2015, you were arrested on warrants from April 20, 2015, correct?
In late July. Yeah, late July.
And for those actions, for that incident on April 28, 2015, you faced aggravated assault with a deadly weapon against Cecilia Davis, correct?
Yes.
Okay, you faced, and that carries 1 to 20 years, correct?
To, objection is to the relevance of what,
All right, gonna let our objection counters give us an update on that number, but before we go anywhere, huge shout out to Carolina Area 78 with $100 super chat. Thank you so much. Carolina just became your stream sponsor. Carolina says, love your channel, AB. Started watching this trial because of Max. Max and I met at the University of South Carolina during undergrad. Wow. He's really an amazing guy. Super proud of Max. Carolina, thank you so much for sharing that. And, you know, it's amazing when you guys actually know these folks. He is a great attorney. He does an excellent job on cross-examination. We've had him pull some things out of Little Woody and have some things pulled out of Motu that we didn't even know. So he's so skilled at the way that he does this. And for those people that are, you know, we have so many law students that are a part of our community. I think this is such a great way to show people and educate them without, you know, actually being the direct teacher. As we're watching how Max does things and we commentate on it. And Carolina, you're going to love this. Our next video, this is my video posted. My next video that we're doing is the best of Max Sharp. So really, really excited to do that work, to highlight him for his great work and some of those amazing moments where he has taken this trial and really advocated very, very wonderfully for his client, Shannon Stillwell. Shannon looks like he's in good hands under Max Sharp. So thank you so much, Carolina. I wanted to take a moment and acknowledge your super chat. Also acknowledge, you know, the personal relationship you have with Max. And it's great to see people proud of others as well. So thank you, Carolina. If y'all could do me a huge favor and type Carolina in the chat, that would be fantastic. Your new stream sponsor. Thank you so much, Carolina. Really.
It is so, the deadly weapon carries 20 years.
my objection is what I spoke in the bench with respect to the documents that are being sort of demanded. I understand the objection.
Okay.
Understand.
The aggravated assault on Cecilia Davis carries 1 to 20 years, correct? Carried 1 to 20 years.
All of that up, like 189 years.
Okay, we'll get there. Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon against Diamond Wells.
I don't remember his name, but
Okay, so let me ask you this. Facing 2 aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
more than 2.
It's, you know what, you're right, 3. Aggravated battery against Denise Bell, the lady that was shot.
That's her name.
Yes. You had criminal damage to property charges, correct? You had gang act violation charges, correct?
Yes.
And you had possession of a firearm during commission of a felony charges, 2 of those. Okay. And all in all, to your understanding, as you prepared to go speak to the police on August 5th, how much time did you believe you were facing?
So like 189 years.
189 years? Okay. From July 28th, or whatever day you were arrested in at the end of July, to August 5th, time you gave your statement, you were held without bond, correct?
Yes.
You didn't have a bond.
Yeah. I ain't have no bond.
And you were being held in Rice Street Okay, and I'm not gonna go through everything about Rice Street, but is Rice Street a place you wanted to be? Okay, and I'm not gonna get into your medical history, but you have specific medical concerns, correct? Okay, is that a place that you feel would give you treatment, appropriate treatment for your medical needs, Rice Street?
I almost died in like 2, 3 times.
You wanted out of Rice Street, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Kokomo, could you, with the courts, with the court approval, Mr. Kokomo, could you approach Judge May, Ms. Kokomo, approach the witness and show him the screenshot? It's on the computer, it's part of the exhibit, but we don't want to publish it until we lay a foundation.
So it looks like I missed the comment about the medical condition caused him to almost die. Like Rice Street 2 or 3 times. Crazy.
Did you have an adequate chance to look at what was on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, did you recognize the people on the screen?
I recognize me.
Okay, Mr. Kokomo, was that you from August 5th of 2015 in the interview?
Look about here.
Okay.
Not just bed bugs, nut juice. Can't forget about the nut juice. It's everywhere.
Your Honor, at this point, I would move to admit that's 41F, which is a portion of the August 5th, 2015 interview from evidence reviewer time 2.
Yeah, I just saw a screenshot of Mr. Sharp, just, let me know before announcing what it is, so that I didn't see a video, I saw a screenshot. Is it gonna be just a screenshot or is it
No,
gonna be a
the
portion?
screenshot was to
Okay, but what you want? To admit him.
2/12/29 to 2/13/35.
Does that show you what you need, or do you need to see it? No, I'd
It's
like to
things-
see it. Yeah, okay. All right, you know what? Let's take a bathroom break. We'll let them review this. We'll yell around.
Slime Green is watching the best chat on YouTube. All right, looks like they're taking a bathroom break. We've got a bit of TiVo time. Not much of it. Let's see. Okay, it looks like they are just they let the jury go for a bathroom break, but they are still here reviewing those documents together. And what it sounds like is that it's a video, but Ms. Love is complaining that she saw a screenshot instead of the full video. Everybody's like, where's YSL Luna? Somebody just came in to take her for a walk, so she's being walked right now, but when she comes back, she'll be in good shape. I need to get her groomed this week, so that way we can take pictures in her "I did these crimes" bandana. Thank you again to Carolina for such a generous super chat. Where were we in our line? I think we were here with Green Eyes. Comes back with another 5. Says, AV, aka Sugar, future Sugar Mama. Please say it ain't so. Diddy got arrested and the lead went ghost. Please don't tell us he has been at those Diddy parties. No, he has not. But speaking of other YouTubers, my brother, MTR, who was here on Friday, I saw him drop a video saying that they had tapes of LeBron James and someone else at these Diddy parties. So I can't wait to watch that video. Like, what was LeBron James doing at the Diddy parties? You know, what's the other one? He was in the Titanic. Leo DiCaprio. That's what I saw. So we're gonna see who's been at these parties, who's on these tapes. Shenanigans. Miss Long, yes, they just had she asked them if they wanted a bathroom break and they said no. So they chose to stay, but this time she's actually giving them a bathroom break. So they're taking a quick 5-10 minute bathroom break and then they'll be back in a few minutes and we'll be able to resume Max's cross-examination. But thank you so much, Green Eyes. Shout out to Anthony with the 5 who says, Oi, AV, update the I don't remember count. There is a common practice to lie to police and it becomes fact. Who's worse, Woody or Lil D? I mean, I think Woody's track record is like, wow. You know, he has his strategy. You put a little bit of things that are not true with some things that are true. You mix it all together. You mix it. It's called the finesse. That's what Max was able to get out on Cross. So I think that Lil D is worse. I think Woody is worse as far as like getting away with crimes and all sorts of things. Little D's kind of bad, but at the same time, like he's sick. He don't even want to be there. And it sounds like he has been really kind of addicted to drugs over these past few years and is struggling with his health condition more than anything else. So thank you so much, Anthony. Shout out to Talisha with the 2 says, looking like a pack of Newport 100s. Yeah, you guys are going in about this green suit. I mean, you can't make it up. Like, and I forgot to ask y'all, and we'll probably do it before we wrap up today. I want to know if you think that she's trolling us. I don't know. I mean, I just have a good feeling. Because we talk a lot about the way people dress on this channel. I'm just saying, our childhood is undefeated. Shout out to Logan with the 2. Logan says, do you know when the open records case is back? I don't. I think I told you guys I'm trying to get in touch with Ashley Merchant. I have somebody making an introduction to her and me, and I'm trying to get her on the show because I would love to talk to her about the open records thing and the result of it as well. So thank you so much, Logan. Great question. Shout out to Rock and Rob in LA with the 20 cents.
Stop paying for Wi-Fi. Instabridge has given over 100 million people free Wi-Fi access. I love using the app when I'm on the go.
What I read of like inexpensive, annoying tiny cartridges.
Like, previously that out or I wasn't sure. I just wanted to make sure. No, it's copy of stuff before they so it was a surprise.
Also, while they're handling that, that comment I made about older women not giving a damn, that was not inclusive to everyone. No, like, I was actually really just referring to Miss Love. So if anybody thinks that I'm saying that about all older women, like, come on, y'all know that. I'll never say that. I'm really referring to professionalism and how she got to that point herself. It seems like it's suspicion, but that's my opinion and not something that's generalized.
I didn't look back at what the ruling was.
I litigated this issue to keep this out, but Your Honor didn't see that my way, and I accept that, so I admitted it.
I think that it's what I'm saying. It's in some way different because it's from a different.
Well, I mean, I got that stuff, so.
It's a different. It's different. No, there's-
Well, I don't know about people.
I- it's not exactly the same. Yes.
something at, the date.
That's the issue. We weren't certain about the date. I'm not hiding from the date, but I just don't, I think someone needs to authenticate. I think it's clear. It was taken early. I think what's clear from the testimony that Mr. Zachary was taken early 2015 or
I
late
think
2014.
that it might have.
Right.
Yes.
I'm not hiding from
Somewhere
the
in the late
but
2014 to early 2015 range.
and so to answer Your Honor's question, it was litigated with Judge Glanville, I believe, and he said it's coming in. And but then I also brought up the issue of the hovering
Right.
to get the date.
That's,
Right.
okay, yeah, though it does look like it's from a different page or account. Good. I don't know if the jury, do we know whether the jury is ready? We're trying to see whether the jury's ready yet. Still wait.
The jury are looking for Rika. You're missing jurors. While they filing back in, let me keep going on these. Shout out to Tessie with the 5. That's sending $5 for loves your green. Yeah, there you go, Tessie. You super chat matches the suit. Shout out to Gleaves with the 2. No comment, no question. Pure love of the game. Gleaves is hardcore with this one. Love up there looking like a scratcher here. I can't say that one, please. Thank you so much. Shout out to Carl with the 10. Carl says, love suit reminded me of my cousin Vinny on the 64 Buick Skylark convertible, mint green paint. AD, if they do a remake of my cousin Vinny, you would be an awesome Miss Vito. Yeah, I can't do the Italian accent, not so much. The Boston accent, I got down. Oh my God, y'all love this. Got my nails done this morning because we had extra time. Court started late outside. Gotta get a manicure. There was a man that came into the nail salon, and he was he was getting a pedicure. What did he call it? He said, "Hey," and they're like, "Hey, how can we help you?" He's just like, "Hey, listen, yeah, I'm here for a pedicure," and they're like. I was thinking about y'all the whole time. I was like, I cannot wait to tell my people. And they're like, you want a pedicure? He's like, no, I want a pedicure. Like, I'm here to get a pedicure. You know the thing, you put the water in the thing, you take care of my feet, like that thing. No colors or anything crazy like that. Like, I need a pedicure. And I was like, oh, you could not make it up. And then, you couldn't even tell the little Asian women are laughing too. They're just like, oh my God. And they're just like, okay, sit here, come to the back, sit here, so shenanigans. Let's keep going. Are they back yet? Okay, no, we're still.
Yes, ma'am.
Here we go.
So, Mr. Sharp has brought to me DS 46, which is the indictment only of 15 SC 138994. The state had used 509Y, which was the certified, well, not certified, copy of the indictment and conviction for this witness for that case. But Mr. Sharp has indicated that he intends to tender or attempt to introduce the indictment only. And my objection is that I don't know for what purpose only an indictment is admissible. An indictment is, the indictment is allegations, so it's just hearsay essentially. If he's going to tender the certified or even a copy of the certified, I wouldn't even object since he's already admitted that he pled to it, but to tender the indictment alone, I don't think there's any relevance to the indictment alone. I don't think it's a proper means of impeachment. He's already talked about and gotten the witness to testify that he was warrants for, that he was charged with these particular crimes. I believe he named all of them. And if I'm wrong, Mr. Sharp can correct me. But I don't think that this is a proper piece of evidence. And I don't mean not just to go back out to the jury. I mean, I don't think that it's an admissible document, an indictment alone.
Well, there's two different things. It's what he's charged with by the police, and then what he's indicted for. When he went in for that proffer, he was under indictment. And so the indictment is relevant. Mr. Steele, and I'd be happy to use the state's copy of the indictment, but they didn't admit it into evidence.
Yeah.
So I can't do that. Mr. Steele, under the belief that he admitted that same indictment when during cross-examination of Mr. Sledge, but we're not finding. Okay, well,
Just an indictment being and I don't have a problem if it was for
Was it admitted?
not an
With, yeah.
I believe that I introduced a prior conviction of Mr. Sledge during cross,
Okay.
but I can't find it yet, so that's what Mr.
the private conviction is one thing, the indictment.
and I agree with that, but I'm not, and I'm not trying to impeach him with a prior conviction. That's something completely different. I'm impeaching him with bias and motive of what the police charge him with something, and then the DA's charge him with something under an indictment. And I'm just trying to make it clear that
Give me something to eat. What am I gonna eat? Oh,
Ask him that question. You can read from it if you want to.
Okay.
I mean, but I don't think we need all of it to be an indictment or the indictment. Just ask him, were you charged with, indicted for, and then whatever.
okay, I understand.
And
Oh,
you're
that's fine.
and you're not asked that, as it's a document that won't be tendered or admitted that, Mr. Sharp not be allowed to sort of waive it in front of the jury. I know he didn't do it intentionally.
I was just trying to read off.
I'm not going to direct y'all about what you can hold in your hands.
I'm not right. I was just trying to read last time, and I'll do my best to keep it on the
Mr. Steele.
Your Honor, I think it does come in, the indictment without the attached conviction, if we don't have the attached conviction, because,
Mr. Sharp's fine with just asking questions about it.
or if he's fine, then that's okay. But my belief is, at the time of the proffer, it would go to Mrs. Zachary. If you recognize the document, yes, that was my incentive. So it would be a relevant document.
I'm not saying it's not a relevant topic for examination. We ready for the jury? Yes, okay. Thing is tickling the judge.
Some pizza.
Okay, looks like he's going back to get something for her. And guys, I mean, some people are really angry at me because I made that comment about, like, her outfits and stuff. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I mean, you can't make everyone happy.
Yes, after Mr. Sharp finishes his examination, I'm not sure if Mr. Steele has, his is going to take his turn, but he gave to Miss Knight, while I was talking to Mr. Sharp, a bunch of exhibits and a photo, I think some videos and a photo, but there are a lot of them, but I haven't had a chance to look at what it is that he's presented. So,
Mr. Steele.
Not that much. It's from the recorded interviews from August 5, 2015 and March 2nd, March 3rd, 2017. I did clips to make it easier for everyone, so I gave the clips. That's what most.
Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Love.
that was Mr. Sharp.
Oh, sorry, I just was used to it being confused. Sorry. Could say that all day. Go ahead, Mr. Short.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Zach, want to talk about it. We're going to come back to August 5th, 2015, but I just want to talk to you about something else real quick, okay? All right. Beyond the April 28, 2015 shootings, you also had some issues in federal court, correct? Yes. And that revolved around your purchase of guns, correct? Yes. And you were accused of being essentially a straw purchaser. Yes. Okay, you purchased 3 guns in 2015, correct? Yes. Okay. One of those, I just want to talk about one of those guns. You purchased a Diamondback DB-15-223 rifle, correct? Yes. Okay. And you bought this gun in January 2015, correct? Okay. And you bought that gun for Kenneth Copeland, correct? I didn't really buy it for him, but he didn't say. Okay. Well, Kenneth Copeland, and you've already resolved this federal case, correct? Probation. Okay. So Kenneth Copeland in January 2015 approached you and said he needed a firearm, correct? Yes. Okay. And then you're not a convicted felon at the time, correct? So you had the ability to purchase firearms. Yes. Okay. And you went to Arrowhead Pawn Shop to purchase a firearm, correct? Yes. And that was because Kenneth Copeland asked you to purchase a firearm, correct?
He asked me for a gun, yeah.
Okay. And when you went to Arrowhead Pawn, you didn't go by yourself, did you?
No.
You went with Kenneth Copeland and Antonio Sledge, correct?
I remember me and Copeland, I don't remember shit.
Okay. And when you purchased this gun for, and as far as you know, you're the first person Kenneth Copeland came to asking this favor.
Objections.
As far as you know.
He told me that, he said he told me the gang unit or something told me he could have a gun or something. It was something like that.
He told you the gang unit told him he could have a gun?
Yeah.
Okay. But what I'm asking, you don't know of him approaching anyone else before you to try to get their help. As far as you know, you were the first person he came to.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you purchased this gun for Kenneth Copeland.
Give me some free food.
Did you charge Mr. Copeland anything to make this purchase for him?
No.
Okay, you did it on friendship, correct?
Yes.
And that gun is the same gun that Kenneth Copeland
All right, I'm done for the day. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow, probably about 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. It's my first time streaming on YouTube. Thanks for watching. I'll be back on, like I said, tomorrow, Twitch. Thank you for riding with me. Kick, same thing. Thank you for riding with me on all 3 platforms. I'll see y'all tomorrow with the same name, Driver View, on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube.